We think we see the world as it is. A green forest, a blue sky, a red berry, a blackbird sitting quietly on a branch. Those. Reality looks complete, solid, obvious. But what if I told you that your eyes are only showing you a narrow slice of the truth? What if the forest around you is not simply green, but glowing with hidden patterns? Ultraviolet signals, neon trails, and secret messages written in light you will never see. Compared to a common sparrow, you are almost blind. Welcome to the world beyond the visible spectrum. Human beings are trichromats. That means our eyes use three main color channels: red, green, and blue. From these three signals, our brain creates the colors. We know the orange of sunset, the violet of flowers, the gold of sunlight, the green of leaves. But birds are different. Many birds are tetrachromats. They have 4 color channels, not 3. That fourth cone allows them to detect ultraviolet light, a range of light beyond the edge of human vision. Those. Ultraviolet is invisible. To them, it is part of everyday reality. Imagine trying to describe red to someone who has never seen red. That is the problem we face with ultraviolet. We can measure it. We can photograph it with special equipment. We can translate it into false colors on a screen. But we cannot truly experience it the way a bird does. Birds are not just seeing brighter colors. They are seeing an extra dimension of color, a hidden layer of the world. It all comes down to the physics of light. Light travels in waves, and every color has a wavelength. Humans normally see from about 380 nanometers to 700 nanometers. Violet sits near the short end. Red sits near the long end. But birds can push farther down, into ultraviolet, sometimes near 300 nanometers. That may sound like a small difference, but biologically, it changes everything. A photon of ultraviolet light hits the bird's fourth cone and triggers a signal the human brain has no equivalent for. Their brain does not treat UV as slightly brighter violet. It can treat it like a separate primary color. A new note on the piano. A new word in the language of vision. A new world layered on top of ours. Now imagine a common starling. Those. It may look dark, speckled, and ordinary. A simple blackish bird with a subtle shine. But under ultraviolet light, that same bird can become a dazzling masterpiece. Feathers that look plain to us may flash with hidden patterns, reflective patches, and signals only other birds can read. This is the secret language of plumage. Two birds that look identical to us may look completely different to each other. One may glow brighter in UV. Another may show stronger patterns across the wings, throat, or chest. To a female bird choosing a mate, this hidden brightness can reveal health, parasite resistance, and genetic quality. In other words, what we call boring may be visually spectacular. we are simply missing the channel. A peacock's tail is not only a display for human eyes. A crow's feather is not simply black. A starling is not simply dark. A bird's body may be covered in signals we cannot decode, like a secret alphabet painted in ultraviolet ink. To the birds, love has a color we cannot imagine. But ultraviolet vision is not only for romance, it is also for survival. Look at a kestrel hovering over a grassy field. To human eyes, the ground below may look like ordinary grass and dirt, but rodents leave trails of urine as they move through the field, and that urine can reflect ultraviolet light. To a kestrel, the landscape may become a glowing map of hunting paths. The prey literally lights the way to its own hiding place. It is almost like thermal vision. But instead of heat, it is chemistry written in light. What looks empty to us may look full of clues to a raptor. Plants use this hidden language too. Many berries and fruits have waxy coatings that reflect ultraviolet light. Those. A berry may simply look dark or red. To a bird, the ripe fruit may shine like a signal saying, "Eat me." This is evolution as advertising. The plant wants the bird to eat the fruit and spread the seeds. The bird wants food, so the fruit becomes more visible to the exact eyes that matter. A message written not for us, but for the creatures that complete the cycle. Flowers do something similar to human eyes. A flower may look evenly colored, but to bees and other pollinators, many flowers show ultraviolet landing strips, bullseyes, or nectar guides. These patterns point directly toward the reward. The world is a conversation we cannot hear and a painting we cannot see. Even eggs may carry hidden information. A plain-looking eggshell can show ultraviolet markings that help birds recognize their own eggs, detect forgeries, or camouflage the nest. In the battle between host birds and parasites like cuckoos, the UV signature can become nature's watermark. You cannot fake a pattern you cannot see. But bird vision goes even further than color. Inside the eyes of many birds are special light-sensitive proteins called cryptochromes. These molecules may help birds detect Earth's magnetic field. This is one of the most astonishing ideas in biology. Migratory birds may not simply feel direction. They may actually see it. A photon hits the cryptochrome. A quantum reaction begins. The molecule forms what scientists call a radical pair, and the behavior of that pair can be influenced by Earth's magnetic field. The result may create a visual pattern, a subtle overlay of light and shadow in the bird's eye. To a migrating bird, north and south may not be abstract ideas. They may appear as part of the visual world. Imagine looking at the sky and seeing a compass glowing across reality itself. That is the GPS in the eye. They do not just remember the way home, they may visualize it. This changes how we think about migration. A bird crossing oceans, deserts, and continents is not wandering blindly. It carries a biological navigation system built from light, chemistry, and quantum physics. The bird is flying through a map we cannot see. And yet, this superior vision has a tragic weakness. Glass. To a bird, a clear window may not look like a barrier. It may reflect sky, trees, clouds, and open space. The bird does not see danger. It sees a path. Then comes the impact. For humans, glass is architecture. For birds, it can be an invisible wall of death. This is where understanding their vision can save lives. Bird-safe glass uses patterns that birds can detect, including ultraviolet markings that may remain subtle or invisible to humans. The window still looks clean. To a bird, it looks like a solid boundary. A hidden architecture designed for another kind of eye. Millions of birds can be saved when we build with their perception in mind. This is the power of science. It lets us cheat the limits of our own senses. With spectrometers, UV cameras, and careful experiments, we can begin to translate the invisible. Not perfectly, not completely, but enough to realize how much we have been missing. A feather on the ground is not just a feather. It is a high-tech sensor, a reflective surface, a social signal, a fragment of a visual universe beyond our imagination. A city park is not just grass and trees. To a bird, it may explode with UV life, glowing flowers, bright feathers, ripening fruit, hidden trail, reflective water, and signals moving everywhere. Even snow becomes different. Snow reflects a huge amount of ultraviolet light. What looks white to us may be blinding in another spectrum. Many birds are built for this extreme, with eye structures that help protect and sharpen their vision. The sun itself is a UV monster. We evolved to protect ourselves from much of that light. Birds evolved to use more of it. Sunlight is not just illumination for them. It is fuel, canvas, signal, and map. This should humble us. We often assume human perception is the standard version of reality. But it is only one version. Many animals see worlds we cannot see. Bees see ultraviolet flowers. Reptiles may see UV body signals. Some fish detect polarized light. Birds see faster, sharper, and wider than we do in ways that are still being studied. We are not the peak of perception. We are one narrow interpretation. Nature's palette is far richer than the human eye can imagine. Next time you see a sparrow on a fence, show some respect. That small bird may be seeing ultraviolet marks on feathers, hidden patterns in leaves, signals in fruit, and a magnetic map across the sky. It may be living inside a reality more colorful, more layered, and more alive than anything we can picture. The universe is hiding in plain sight, not because it wants to be hidden, but because our eyes were never built to see all of it. And maybe that is the greatest lesson of ultraviolet vision. Reality does not end where our senses stop. There is always another layer, another frequency, Another truth waiting beyond the visible. The forest is not just green. The bird is not just black. The berry is not just red. And the sky is not just blue. Nature is writing in colors we have no names for. We are simply learning how to look. So if you could borrow one avian superpower, what would it be? Ultraviolet sight. Magnetic navigation. A faster frame rate for the world. Whatever you choose, remember this, the spectrum is wider than you think. And the next time a bird takes flight, disappearing into what looks like ordinary blue sky, know that it may be flying into a dimension of light you will never see. Beyond the visible. Beyond the human. Beyond the edge of imagination.